Hi guys, welcome to another review video. Today we shall be reviewing the HP PROBOOK 450 G3, and this is how it looks like. This is the HP PROBOOK 450 G3. So we shall be doing a review of this great machine. This is a machine that was initially released into the market back in 2015. So I know you might be wondering, why am I doing a review of a laptop that is right now we are in 2024, so that's around 9 years back. So I know most of you might be wondering, why am I doing a review of such a laptop that is somehow so old. But I decided to do a review on this video based on a request that I got from one of our favorite subscribers, because one of you asked me to do a review of a low budget laptop that can handle most of the day-to-day tasks, and you can also use it to do maybe, let's say, things like video editing, photo editing, something that is of low budget. So that's why I decided to do a review of this HP PROBOOK 450 G3, because actually this laptop in the market currently is around 24,000 Kenyan shillings, which is so affordable. And if you're somebody who is starting maybe to just on your daily work to flow hassles, and maybe it concerns things like video editing, photo editing, then this is something that I definitely propose you to have. Yeah, you can start with this before you get the expensive models. So what makes this machine special, and what made me to do a review of it today? So let me just show you some of the things that I loved about it. And as usual, we start with the back of the body design, the build design. And on the top cover we have, this is a plastic, it's a plastic casing, but it has some form of rubber on the surface. Yeah, this rubber just adds grip when you hold it, to add grip on it, yeah, so that it doesn't slide off your hand easily. Then we have the other part is made of that, you can see it's like silver in color. That's magnesium aluminum alloy, you can see how it is. Then the bottom cover, again we have plastic cover, so you only have some form of magnesium alloy finishing just on the middle part of it. Yeah, and if I happen to open it like this, you can see right here, sorry, let me just turn it off first. So see on the keyboard side we have this metallic side, it's very strong. Yeah, okay, if you happen to press on it like this, yeah, you can see it's not even bending. Yeah, there's very minimal like bending on the keyboard, so it's very stable right on the keyboard side. This is magnesium and aluminum alloy, very strong. Yeah, the hinges are very strong. In fact, this is one of the laptop that, let's say, it was the pioneers of strong hinges from HP. Yeah, as they moved away from the notebook series, this PROBOOK series really had good hinge, though there are two hinges on the sides, but it's very stiff, very strong. Yeah, see, the hinge is so strong. Yeah, and you'll rarely come across one of these PROBOOK with a broken hinge. Yeah, it's very there. So that's how the screen is. The bezel is as thick as usual because it's an old machine. Yeah, it's not so old. I'll tell you why when we happen to see the specs. Yeah, so what we have on the left hand side of the HP PROBOOK, the ports, we have this, the docking station, the Kingston lock for locking the laptop. Then you have charging port. This is the HP blueprint charger that looks like this. Let me just bring this close. Yeah, this is the blueprint charger, it goes in through there. It's a 65 watts adapter. You can also get 90 watts adapter for faster charging, but 65 watts is okay. Yeah, remember this PROBOOK cannot charge with 45 watts. I'll tell you why in the next part of the video. Then you have ventilation ports right here. This is a ventilation port. You have VGA port, which is so important if you have an external display that doesn't have HDMI, which we have here too. So you have both the HDMI and HDMI, which is rare in the modern laptops. Again, here you have 2 USB ports. Now this is what I love about this ProBook. Yeah, the number of ports was so amazing. So you have 2 USB ports here, 3.0 ports actually, HDMI port. Now on the right hand side, you can see we have the audio jack, microphone combo port here. Then we have another 2 USB ports. Yeah, then here we have the RJ45 port. So you realize with this HP ProBook we have a total of 4 USB ports, which is so rare on the modern laptops. So it was heavily packed with number of ports, and maybe there's one port that we have not mentioned. We are actually missing it. It's somewhere here. Let me just zoom in. Give my camera. Yeah, you can see here. So this is the memory card or card reader. Yeah, see, SD card slot. You just insert it here from your camera. If you're a person who maybe does photo videography, photo editing, then you can just plug in your memory card directly from the camera through this port to this machine. So now let's have a look at the top part of it. And first thing first, the keyboard. The keyboard is not as great because this is just a ProBook. Yeah? It's not a gaming machine, it's not what, but it's not that great. Though the feel on the keys is just, you can even see the traveling distance. The traveling distance is pretty good. Yeah, forgive my machine, it has some dust. It was being used by one of you again here, subscribers, because one of you donated this machine for me just to do a review of it. Then I'll give it back to him. That's why it has some dust on it. But I forget about that. Have a look at the keys traveling distance. Yeah, the feel is so nice. Yeah, that means you can type on this laptop for even longer hours without your hands getting tired. Yeah, and then again you have the numerical keys. So if you're using this machine to do statistical work, or maybe those who do let's say things like economics, you normally rely on these numerical keys. So they're so crucial for you, and they're right there. Again, on the keyboard, you realize this keyboard doesn't have backlight, but you can get one with a backlight because there's a provision for that on the motherboard. So there's some version of this HP ProBook 450G3 that come with backlit keyboard, but the one that I have here doesn't have backlit keyboard. This is the speaker, and one thing that I can assure you guys is that the speakers on this HP ProBook can only be compared to maybe, let's say, the newest versions of MacBooks, and even some of the latest HPs. Yeah, it's an old laptop, but the speakers on this HP ProBook was so awesome. I know some of you who have this HP ProBook can attest to that, even in the comment section. The speakers are so awesome, and they're upward firing. See, this is where we have the ventilation for speakers. Yeah, this is the power button. Then here we have the mute, and then we have the hotspot icon right there. Again, we have fingerprint reader here. One thing that I didn't like about this fingerprint is that this is the one that you usually swipe your hand through it to unlock maybe your account. So you realize that swiping in is not that effective as the modern ones, where you just have to place your finger there for it to scan your fingerprint so fast. So this was a bit weaker, or maybe let's say a disadvantage for this HP ProBook 450G3. Now have a look at this trackpad here and the keys. It's so I don't know even how to describe this, but it's so funny how they decided to make a very small trackpad, yet we have very big click pads right here. These click pads are so big according to me. Even though if you want to see one of the biggest trackpads in your life, go look at MacBook Air M3. Okay, MacBook Air M3 or ProBook M3. That trackpad is so big, it occupies almost half, let's say more than 3/4 of this lower part of the laptop. But this was so small. Maybe for convenience purposes it's good, but if somebody is used to a bigger trackpad, this is so small. And again, you can see here this laptop has been used for some time, so you have this layer in between here. You can see there's a space right there, because it gets worn out after some time, because this is not that glassy as the modern HP laptops that have the glass trackpad. You know, something what I like about the glass trackpad is that even if you use it for the longest time, you won't get to have these worn out parts. You can see there's a worn out part right here, because the glass surface won't easily get torn apart like we have right here. Then we have the camera right here. We'll have a test of the camera quality in the next part. Camera is here. The only disadvantage is that we don't have camera shutter here to maybe, let's say, if you want to switch off your camera completely, then or turn it off, yeah, you'll have to place a tape here or something just to ensure that it's completely blocked. Yeah, this is so crucial, because you might be using a laptop assuming that your camera is turned off, yet having it like this, there's somebody who can still trespass through your laptop in the background and be able to see what you're doing in your room. So it's so crucial to block it in some ways. So now, as usual, let me just turn it on. Remember, this HP PROBOOK has a hard disk of 1 TB. It's hard disk, not SSD. And I know that might be so disappointing because you're used to SSDs, but don't worry, I'll explain that further in the next part of the video. So let me just turn it on. We see how fast or how long it takes to turn on. So there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. If you're not subscribed, guys, or if you're loving this content, please ensure that you subscribe and hit on the like button. I really appreciate that support, because that is so crucial to this video. It will make it reach so many people, and if it's a video that adds positivity to someone else, then a lot of people will get to have their problems solved. So it's around 20 seconds I was talking. 22, 24, 26, 20, yeah, so that's around, let's say, 35 seconds to turn on. Remember, it has a hard disk, and that was pretty fast because it's almost as fast as a machine that has an SSD. It's, let's say, because 30 seconds, if it had SSD, it would have maybe booted for around 8 seconds or 10. That is not bad. Yeah, 30 seconds is not that bad. So now let's get to see the properties of this machine. So first, as usual, we have a look at the display of the screen resolution. So if you want to see the screen resolution, as usual, just go to the screen, right click on it right there, then come to display settings. Yeah, so display settings, then just navigate down here. See, so the HP PROBOOK 450G3 that I have here has a screen resolution of 1366 by 768. That is HD resolution. But remember, you can also get a similar machine, HP PROBOOK 450G3, with a full HD resolution, that is 1080. So it just depends on you. If that's something so crucial to you, if you're getting to buy it, just ensure that you counter check on the screen resolution if it's so important to you. But if it's not, then 1366 by 768 is not that bad for starting. Yeah, after that, let's now have a look at the camera before I get to tell you the properties of this machine. So the camera, as usual, just come there, type camera. Let me just type camera. Yeah, so there we go. Right there we have the camera turning on. Location, no, at the moment. Why does it want to access our location? So right there you can see that is me there. That is the phone that I normally record all the videos on this account that you've really liked, guys. I normally record them with this phone. I'll tell you the brand name of this phone some days later, but for now let's just concentrate on the review of this machine. Yeah, so as you can see, I normally test the camera or cameras of most laptops just looking at the shutter speed, see if there's any drag or any delay, and I found this one so good, there's no delay on it. and the resolution is not that bad. I know through the camera I might not see, yeah, but just to be sure about the camera resolution, just come to the settings there. The end of the setting here we have camera settings. So come to the camera settings, drop down, let's drag down here, camera settings here. So you can see the highest camera setting we have right there is 0.9 megapixel, that is 16 by 9 1280 by 720. So that means it's HD. The camera is HD, which is so good. You can do live streaming, you can attend Zoom meetings with this camera. It's pretty good. Then we have two microphones right here, dual microphone. We have one microphone hole here, there's another one right here, just for good absorbing of sound or your voice through this laptop. Now video quality that you can shoot on this laptop, let's say you are shooting just yourself, yeah, refresh rates here you have it 60 Hertz. So here see the maximum video resolution that can shoot is 720, and that is 16 by 9 resolution, frame size, then at 30 fps. So 30 fps is not that bad, because most of the videos in YouTube have been uploaded at 30 fps. So because not everybody can access the equipment that can shoot videos of 60 fps smoothly and above, so having 30 fps for starting is not that bad. Don't be discouraged. So that's a good camera, pretty good compared to some of the latest laptops that they have. Some of them don't have this camera quality of HD. So far so much has been said about the camera. Let's now get to the most interesting part about this laptop, what made me actually review this machine. I was forgetting something. Remember, this laptop is 15.6 inch, so it's a bit weighty. It's so big, yeah, it's big. 15.6 inch, because most of the laptop we have currently are 14 inch, but this one is 15.6 inch. Again, just take it as an advantage. If you have something that is a 15.6 inch and you can do video editing, photo editing and gaming on it, having this slightly bigger screen, then it's an advantage. You can always, it's not a must that you make it portable, you carry it in your bag. You can use it on your table just as a desktop. Instead of having a desktop that is big and maybe doing nothing, then you can have this HP PROBOOK for 50 G3 at that fair price. So let's have a look at the system properties. As usual, Control Shift Escape, so that you get to the task manager. See, we have the task manager here. Then come to the performance tab here. This is where everything is. This is where you can see all the properties of your laptop without going to the system properties. So performance here. So the performance, these are things that cannot even be edited, yeah. So first thing first, let's have a look at the CPU, what we have here. So we have a Core i5 CPU of 6th generation, not bad. We have CPUs. Each CPU has a 2.3 GHz speed. Now the base speed is 2.4 GHz. Then we have 2 cores, so it means we have 2 cores here and 4 logical processors. You can see here we have 4 logical processors here. So it means we have 4 logical processors, and each processor has a base speed of 2.3 GHz. So that is good, that's not bad. Then it supports Hyper-V. See here, it supports that. Remember this laptop, we have a base speed of 2.4 GHz, but at turbo speed it can go up to around 3.8 GHz, which is not that bad. It's good for a laptop, and a laptop of such a caliber that it's meant to handle heavy duty tasks at the time of its production. Because let's say heavy duty task at around 2015, it's different to heavy duty tasks that we have here right now in 2024, because softwares have advanced, video quality have improved, so there's that difference. Even though these can still handle most of your task, yeah. If you're somebody who's a beginner, you're start from this one. Then memory here. Now this is so interesting too. We have 8 GB of RAM currently on this laptop, but look here, the number of slots used. See here we have 1 out of 2 slots used. So it means on this laptop we have 2 RAM slots. 1 slot is currently used, and we have 8 GB of RAM of 2133 megahertz speed. You can see here. Yeah, so it means you can add another RAM to this laptop to make it 16 GB, or if you get to have 16 GB or 16 GB, so you can make it a maximum of 32 GB of RAM on this machine. Then hard disk here, this is interesting too. So the hard disk we have here, this hard disk of 1 terabyte. See, the type is HDD, and I'll show you something on this machine. I know HDD is not good for current operations on this modern world now, because we have advanced SSD, but the designers of this machine left a provision on this machine where you can add an SSD. So it means you can, it's a hybrid for type like laptop, so you can have SSD and HDD at the same time. So you can decide to have the SSD to run your Windows operating system and to run the applications, to launch them faster and do everything faster. Then you can have this hard disk for storage of all your files, the videos, the games, whatever. You have GPU here. This is integrated graphics. We have Intel HD520. These are powerful graphics, integrated graphic, can do so many things. Yeah, it's of around 4 GB right now. It's integrated, so integrated means that it shares, the graphic card is it's designed inside the processor. So the more RAM you increase, the more you have this memory, shared memory usage increasing. So if I had 16 GB of RAM, here will be around 8 GB of RAM. But this is not so important. What is so important, or what makes this laptop important now, is this second part, the GPU. See the GPU 1 now. This is important. So this laptop comes with the AMD Radeon R7 M340 graphic card with a dedicated GPU memory of 2.0 gigahertz. Very, very important. This is what makes this machine so special and something that you should have if you have low budget. 2 GB of dedicated graphics is not that bad. And remember, for this type HP PROBOOK 450G3, there are two versions. There's one, this is Core i5, you can get Core i7, but there's one that comes with the AMD processor, because here we have Intel processor of Core i5. There's another one that comes with AMD Radeon processor now, and then you have integrated, or you have dedicated graphic card of AMD Radeon R7, which is found in both of them. So you can go for AMD or Intel. But for this model, I actually preferred having this one with Intel and having the AMD Radeon graphic card. It's very, very reliable and can do so much task. And even those who love gaming maybe, and you can't manage to do gaming on the small laptops, the ones that I review, the latest laptops, get yourself this HP PROBOOK as a desktop. You can do a lot of gaming on this one, because actually it still supports FIFA 23, Fortnite, Call of Duty. Most of these modern title games can still play it on this laptop, but now just put low settings, don't put on the maximum. The maximum it won't even play. All in all, it's still worth it. So that is it for there. A lot has been said. Let me just show you something on the back of this laptop so that you get to see where you'll be able to put in your extra memory card in case you have one. Yes, so let me just open the back here. So we have these two slots. This is the where we have memory and RAM slot here. Then right here we have another memory and then Wi-Fi card slot. Let me just show you both of them. I was forgetting to mention we have a DVD drive here. It's not important right now, that's why I just skipped it. But if you want a laptop that has that DVD drive, maybe you have those videos that you wanted to maybe watch on your DVDs, then discs, then you can place it right there. Let me just open this, it's not coming out. There you go. And this side too. Yeah, so there you go. So this is the hard disk. See what is here. Don't mind. Usually have these something like, yeah, so these should be here instead to cover the disk instead of these. Yeah, luckily enough I have this, so I'll just place it for the customer so that he doesn't do this. Yeah, so forget about that. We have the memory slots. You have one RAM here. You can see here, this is 8 GB of RAM. It's PC4, so DDR4, 8 GB of RAM. Then you have another empty slot here for another RAM, DDR4 once again. So you can put 2 RAMs here to make it 16, or 16 to make it 32. Then here we have 2 slots. You can see here there's one slot here, there's one slot here. So this slot right here, this is for Wi-Fi card that is not there. I just remove it. Then here you can put your M2 card. You can put the short one here or the long one from there to there. So that's all we had underneath it. It's just ventilation slot for inflow of air through the laptop. Then it gets through to this point. Again, you have these rubbers that are raised just to ensure that when it's on the table, then you have that distance in between that air can flow through or underneath the laptop, so that it gets exhaust outside and makes cooling efficient. Yeah. Fan noise, heating, it all depends on how you use your laptop. So ensure that when you're using a laptop, you use it in a place that is a flat surface like this to ensure there's proper ventilation underneath it, so as to make it not overheat and work efficiently as you'd want it to be. Otherwise, if you found this video so helpful and useful, don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to leave a like, guys, and even if possible, take your time, leave a comment on the next review that you want me to do for you guys. I really appreciate the support you've been giving me so far. Let's keep subscribing. We are almost getting to 1,000. We only have around 200 subscribers left. I know we can make that target before the end of this year. See you next time on another video.